Good afternoon, everybody. This is Bradford Harris here, and I'm going to talk to you briefly about what we're going to be talking about tomorrow in our eTech Technology Committee meeting, September 9th, 2015. This PowerPoint is already shared with you guys in your eTech folder, and I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. But let me go over to the agenda really quickly. Again, we are meeting tomorrow, September 9th, around 4:25, really after they're all clear, and it will be 30 minutes, so it will be tight. So I need everybody to be in my room 6:33 on time so we can get started, so we can go home. I know everybody's time is very precious, so I want to make sure that we are here on time getting started. The agenda is also on this Google Shortener link if you want to view it for later, and it's also on this QR code. Okay, some of the things that we're going to be talking about are what is our role as far as the eTech community is concerned, meeting days, how are we meeting, when are we meeting, keeping an open mind that we are the technology committee. So what that means is we can meet on a bigger scale. I'm not talking about real fancy, I'm just thinking we have the opportunity to think outside the box. Thinking about who we are and who we are not. That's the one big discussion, who we are and who we are not. We're going to be talking about the first event that we need to hold, and that's coming from Mr. Feldman and myself. We just have an idea that we want to put out there to see what you think. Some of you guys may already know what we're talking about. We're going to talk about getting connected, TCCA, and Adobe. And I have one question to ask you at the end, and it's on the agenda, and I will talk about that in just a moment. So, again, the meeting will talk about who we are, what is our purpose, what are we doing. We're going to model tech integration. How does that look on our campus? How does that look for PLCs? How does that look for BYOD? That's one of the things I'm also going to add to the agenda that you don't see there. We need to come up with BYOD for our campus. What will that look like? What are some rules that we need to follow? Everyone in this committee has a voice. Everyone will need to give input with whatever we are discussing, okay? We are putting on the table who we are and who we are not, okay? And I understand that all of us are not the big tech senseis, tech gurus, and that's fine. I'm not asking you to be, okay? What I'm asking is that you are more open to technology integration than the people on our campus. I need you to have a little bit more of an open mind, okay? Again, here's our QR code for our agenda, and here's a link as well. Okay, goals we already talked about. We're going to meet maybe 1 to 2 times a month. Again, we're keeping that open mind of how we're going to meet, when we're going to meet, where we're going to meet. What goals is going to be discussed in this meeting? What is our role, and what goals do you have for the technology committee? Again, we want to keep those goals simple. I want you to think about where we are at as a campus. We know that we need newer technology. We know that we need Wi-Fi. We know we need all those things. But as I'm sitting and talking with our principal, Mr. Herndon, he is looking at what are we doing with the technology that we have right now? How are we integrating with the tools that we have right now? So that's when we need to start thinking for our teachers, for our students, for our parents. Okay, and again, all this information is going to be shared with you in the eTech committee folder. I have already shared that with you guys. I have shared a calendar with you guys as well. I want you to realize that, yes, even though I'm the person that is pretty much running the eTech committee, I am not the first line of defense. You guys are now going to be that first line of defense for the people of our campus.
Please call the front office.
Again, I'm sorry for the interruption, but again, you are going to be the first line of defense for the campus. I will have little signs made or whatever saying that you guys are the tech sensei, you're the tech gurus of the campus. So that's how we're going to have this working out. So if there's an issue and you know how to solve it to the best of your ability, you can solve it. They do not have to come running to me. We want to keep those tech requests down to a minimum as much as we possibly can, okay? They're going to refer to you. If you can't figure it out, then it'll be, okay, well, you need to put in a tech request so Mr. Harris can handle it from there, okay? So that's how we're going to roll there. We'll talk more about that in our meeting. First event, again, is something that Mr. Feldman and I did attend at another campus. It is up for discussion. We want to see what you think about it. It is simple. It is not extreme. We do not have to get the balloons in the parade. It is very simple, and it will only last an hour, so it's not going to kill anybody. So we just want to see what people think and where their mindset might be for that. And we'll put that in our calendar. Connected. Are you a connected educator? Are you on our Google Plus community for Eckerd? Are you using Twitter? Yes, we are a connected district. Twitter and Facebook are now open, but how are we as educators using Twitter? I do understand some of you have a Twitter account for personal reasons, or you want to take a stance on something, and that's fine and that's cool. I have no problem with that. That's your thing. But I would like for us as a committee to have another account. Okay, so we don't have to know that. We don't have to know your personal or political stance account, whatever that is. You leave that where it is. We want to show our campus. We want to show Mr. Herndon. We want to show the district. How are we using this as educators? Because there are tons of educators out there who are connecting and growing their PLNs just by using Twitter. And I will talk more about that in case some of you have some issues or concerns. TCCA, are you registered? As a technology committee, I would like for us to be registered to go to TCCA. Some of us, including myself, are already registered to go to that. Mr. Herndon is a part of that. It is not something that you need to commit to the whole day to. It is on October 17th. And again, it's not something that you need to commit to the whole day to. It is free. Free food. If you can only stay for an hour, stay for an hour and you get an hour credit. If you can only stay for two, stay for two. If you can stay for the whole entire thing, you can stay for the whole entire thing. It is how long you want to make it. I am not controlling, the district is not controlling how long you must stay. You will get stamped per session that you go to, and they are usually about an hour. So if you only go to one session for an hour and that's all you need and that's all you want to be there for, if you got other things to do, that is perfectly fine. But I feel as a technology committee, we need to be represented and represented well as much as we can. So we're going to bring that up to in the meeting as well. So again, this is our agenda. Okay, and let's talk about the goals really quickly. I have everybody's name highlighted a certain color. Okay, the person that is added who technically is not a member is Mr. Haviko. He is in another committee, but I've shared this information with him and he will just be there in spirit. He does have a lot of ideas on the side. There is no pressure on Mr. Haviko to be a part of this, but if he has some ideas, I would like for him to share it. But again, what goals do you have for the eTech committee? Okay, what are your goals? What do you want to see the campus improve on as far as technology integration? Again, we want to keep it simple. We do understand that we are lacking in certain things, but the main thing is, what are we doing with the equipment and the technology integration right now? That is what Mr. Herndon wants to see. That is what I want to see. That is what my program director wants to see. That's what the district wants to see. There is a need for newer things, and they're coming. But what are we working with right now? So under your name, just type in a couple of suggestions, some goals that you would like to see happen on our campus. Again, keep it simple. Think about where the teachers are at right now. Think about where we want to go to, okay? So we can meet some common ground. So again, the meeting is at 4:25, 4:30 to 5 o'clock. You will get credit. Each time we meet, I will give you credit. Okay, so that's something that you will be able to add into your invest. You will get credit for that. Okay, again, it's in room 633. If you guys have any questions, you guys know where I'm at. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks.